How are you guys doing today? Well, today we're going to talk about Frankenstein watches. You know what I say about that? I say no Frankenstein watches this Halloween. Well, if you're into watches a little bit, you've heard of Frankenstein watches. And it's not something you really want to buy. I don't recommend them. Frankenstein watch is a watch that doesn't have all the original parts. It could have a replacement crystal that's not like the original come out of the factory. It could have like a replacement case back, replacement bracelet, replacement part somewhere that's just not like the original. So it could be made by the same company, the parts, but they weren't intended for that model or year or whatever they consider. Now, let's say you want to buy a Rolex. You don't want a Frankenstein Rolex. Now, yeah, there's some characters that wear shirts like that color, the background there, and two chains and bad attitude, the whole thing goes with it. They'll have a Frankenstein Rolex and think they got the greatest thing in the world. And they're so, built up on this Frankenstein Rolex that they'll even run down other brands of watches that are better. So don't listen to those guys. And, well, a Frankenstein Rolex could have the original bracelet and could have links replaced that aren't even made by the same company. And of course they have stretch bracelets. That's part of the game. And it goes in the territory of a fake watch too. You know, that goes in the territory. Frankenstein watch, fake watch, Franken watch. It goes in the territory. Now, this is a video for women too. Because women buy watches for men. And for themselves too. And they could be persuaded by some sneaky seller that the watch is all original, it's used, it's a great price, and they may not consider that watch as a Franken watch. And so they're buying a watch that doesn't have the value of what they're paying for, I guarantee you. And so what do you do to prevent these Franken watches? Well, you can buy new watches from authorized dealers. Avoid buying used watches. If you do buy used watches, buy them from a place that is credible, provides a warranty, and they have real watchmakers that sell these watches in their department that check these things over. And established big companies, they're probably not going to want to sell you a Frankenstein watch anyway. So they could have like weird crystals, weird bracelets, anything really. So watch those Frankenstein watches. And if you do buy one by mistake, it's going to be hard to deal with it. If it was just something where it was a little Rolex and just the wrong case back on it, you could fix that or have it fixed. But I think in most cases it's tough. So no Frankenstein watches this Halloween. And the same thing goes for these modded watches too. There's people that mod watches and they go to sell these watches and like they're modded up, they're botched up. And you don't really want those either. Like if they don't know what they're doing, they'll screw up those modded watches. And you know, you're basically just got a Frankenstein watch in my opinion. So don't buy those. I don't recommend them. I'm not telling you guys what to do, what not to do, but I recommend that you don't buy those. If you're not sure about what you're buying, you can research. There's all kinds of information you can research. And there may be somebody that you know, or find someone that could help you too. I mean, what's the worst thing? You spend, like, let's say you spend let's say $2,000 on a luxury watch. You think it's a great thing, and you're buying it as a present for someone, and then you find out that it's a Frankenstein watch. I mean, that's just not something you want to do. So I would say take your time. Watch out for the crazy cheap prices. Get help. And don't listen to the guys that love Frankenstein watches, modded up watches. The modded up guys that mod these watches up, they'll tell you they're better. Oh yeah, they're a lot better. But they're not. I mean, if they leave that movement out for a week in the dirt, and then they put it back in and put a weird crystal on it, weird bracelet, who knows what they're going to do to it. You know, with automatic watch movements, you don't get those things dirty. You keep those things clean just like a watchmaker does. They don't have those things in humid air. They don't have those things in dust and dirt. They know what they're doing, a real watchmaker. But these watch mod guys, some of them don't know what they're doing. They take that movement, and who knows, they just leave it out in a paper bag all week. Well, just imagine how that moisture in the air is going to get in that oil in that watch. Like, if you got oil, something with oil, well, that oil absorbs the moisture in the air. It makes sense, doesn't it? And some of you guys in the comment sections, if you have any experience with this stuff, you can comment on that too. We like comments here. We're not one of those ones that just look at comments to censor them. We like comments. We like what people think. So, now there's places that do watch mods on a professional level. Now, they don't go too crazy on these watches. They do professional modifications. But these would be a lower tier watch like a Seiko SKX. And what they would do is take that mineral crystal and put a sapphire crystal in its place. There's a lot of people that love SKX watches, but they don't like the mineral crystal in them. They want a sapphire crystal. So you can buy these things already modded, but there are professionals that do this. They're not just some guy with a few hours on his hands per day and throws it all together. So there are people that can do good mods, but you just have to find them, that's all. Okay? So thanks for watching the video. Thanks for listening. And subscribe, like, comment. Thank you.